Hey, what's up, vlog? I'm actually kind of upset right now because I recorded like an entire thing, a bunch of clips, and when I went to go edit them, the audio was out of sync. So I'm doing this all over again. I recorded another one, and I was like maybe too angry in it. I don't know. I just decided to dump everything and just say, let's just talk about the things we want to talk about today. But just to catch you up on what's been going on today, I got a haircut. It's nice, and they shaved me too. And then I got a whiteboard, so now I can show you cool stuff, like this guy, this guy with a squid on his head chasing another guy with a chainsaw. Some of you actually know what that is. Something from a past life. Long story short, today wasn't too bad. I got to see my old cross country coach, so that was cool. I had an unboxing video for this whiteboard too, but because the footage fucked up, like I can't. Let's just talk about my anxiety. Well, before I came here a year and a half ago, I had a lot of anxiety um, about the situation because it was my first time moving outside of home, like for real. I had been, I had moved like to an apartment in college before, but I was so close that I could drive home within 30 minutes. So this is a completely different story where it takes 12 hours to fly. And then some with the travel time with the air. Oh my God. With the travel time to the airport and everything. So, I mean, I knew I'd be in good hands. I love Japan as a country. I visited here 6 times in a row before making the the commitment to really come here. And I knew that I wanted to experience life here. I gave myself a goal of about 2 years. And within 2 years, if there was anything that was like truly a deal breaker, I could always go back home. So far, so good. That being said, though, the next question or the follow up question tends to be, so are you going to stay here forever? That I don't really have a concrete answer for. I love home and here a lot. So, something I have to continue to think about. Anyway, a lot of the anxiety just came from not knowing stuff. I'm the type of person who worries about things when they don't know things. And from what I've been finding out from work and stuff, in order to relieve myself of that feeling, I can prepare. I can purposely prepare for certain things. So I can do research, I can look stuff up, but this all needs to happen within a certain amount of time. So, for example, when it comes to work, I have 4 hours to complete a task. After that 4 hours, I'm done. No returning to it because otherwise I'll be stuck on that same stuff over and over again. So, when I think about going through planning phases and execution phases, um, I have a certain amount of time to plan, and then we just follow the plan. And let's just live life like that for now, because this whole time I've been failing in one or the other. I do fail to plan a lot, and failing to plan means you plan to fail. It's there's no way around it. It's very true actually. I've been seeing the detriment it's been doing to my life for the past 30 years. I would never have a plan for the next day. Therefore, every day felt like hell to me. This sounds like Office Space now. Okay, it's not that bad. It's just yes, I wouldn't have exact like not exact, but I wouldn't have like milestones or specific tasks set up for the next day. And that kind of resulted in me living the day like however it went. I just went with the flow, like go with the flow, everything's fine, right? But I really don't like that as a person who does enjoy structure. I realized that it wasn't the most effective way to use my time. And the other thing is execution is what I'm awful at. It's kind of I think that's why I've been losing a few of my jobs. But if you plan a lot of stuff out, you tend to feel good about it. The problem is if you don't execute the plan, then the plan's useless because you haven't done anything with the plan. So being weak in both kind of sucks. Or like not being able to do seeing myself suck at both things like really sucks. But I'm not gonna beat myself up over all of this stuff all the time. I can see the improvements I've been making in my like personal life and professional life. My boss sees it too, and I really hope that the people I've been seeing recently also recognize it. But that's another story. Um, anyway, so yeah, with this whole all of this context of like I wasn't planning stuff very well. I wasn't executing a lot of things. I kind of took it as it came. Um, Coming to Japan was still a big deal, and I felt like there was a lot of stuff I had to take care of before coming here. The irony is that I come here and I kind of take care of it okay. Like things work out in the end. I got a bank account, got a phone, had a place to live, knew how to commute, went to work, figured out where to go to eat, stuff like that. And it ended up okay. I think it also helped me grow a lot because I had to figure things out on my own. I mean, I'm very grateful to the friends that helped me out when I first moved here, and everyone who's been able to assist me as well as give me advice and stuff like that. So no one ever does it alone. Um, but that's how I felt when I first got here. But when I finally settled in here, I felt really good about it. I was like, yeah, wow, I made it to Japan, and people would tell me like, wow, David, it's so inspiring to hear to hear your story about how you came here. And I had a pretty good gig, pretty international job, good coworkers and stuff like that. So yeah, like it's funny to me because it doesn't seem like a huge inspiration. I literally just went, yeah, I'll go to Japan, whatever, you know. And in some ways, I was running away. I was running away from something. I had gotten fired at my last job in the States. It was during the January layoffs of 2016, so in a way, it was like a layoff firing. They pinned me for, they wrote me up for something, and so that gave them the ammo. And I learned from that. I learned from that mistake. But I'm also not very happy about how it happened. But yeah, I spent 5 months like in kind of a state of unemployment, and like the first 2 weeks were fantastic. Yay, vacation or whatever. I get to do whatever I want. And a month in, I started feeling really useless because unfortunately, I am the type of person who associates their professional identity with their personal identity a lot. And so being labeled as unemployed really sucked for me. Um, yeah, I remember just feeling miserable. Like I just kind of just I don't know. I would sleep at awful times. I would wake up, do nothing. I don't know. There was a very big lack of fulfillment. So yeah, that was troubling, and it gave me some time to really think about what I wanted to do. And the good thing is, yeah, I ended up getting the opportunity to come here. And for a while, this was goal number one. This was dream number one, really. So now I'm here, and it's been a year and a half. And now I'm like, what's next? So I hope I'm not falling into the same cycle again. But I am having trouble thinking of what's going on next. But I'm pretty optimistic about how things have unfolded recently, and I'll detail those in another video. But yeah, things are looking pretty good. Pretty happy about that. And oh yeah, I need to say something about being Asian American here. So what's really typical here is I look Japanese enough. Like, look, I just got the Japanese haircut and everything. Japanese glasses. The clothes are from Uniqlo. Of course, you know. But there's a lot of times where I'll go somewhere and then I blend in really easily. Sometimes I'm a little jealous of my other foreign friends who clearly stand out, most likely because they're like Caucasian or whatever. And so they'll get the special treatment, so to speak. People go up to them and talk to them, and that's nice, sometimes it's not. I understand that, but for me, it's like I'm expected to kind of follow the same programming. The stereotype is that Japanese society, builds robots. Everyone kind of follows protocol, and once you fall out of protocol, they flip out, like they short circuit. They're like, "What's going on? I don't understand." So they see me, and then they talk to me, and then at some point the conversation falls apart because I can't keep up. My Japanese just isn't good enough. And then they're like, "All right, what are you? Are you a broken Japanese person?" But no, I have to explain like I'm an American and my parents are Chinese, and then they some of them get it. Some of them are like, okay, so Chinese people move to America and they have children, and you're one of them. Other people like, I don't know. It seems harder for some people sometimes. Like it's not like the concept of of permanent immigration is not as prevalent here, and clearly coming from a coastal city of America, I'm just like, what, But anyway, that's just one of those things. Very very common to get like a ooh, like I'm kind of surprised that you're not Japanese. Whatever, not a big deal. But it does happen, and there are plenty of times where if I'm with like a white person and it's just two of us and we go into an establishment, they pretty much expect me to be speaking Japanese. Sometimes my Japanese is better, so sure. Other times I just I don't know. I just don't care. Like I didn't ask the question. Don't ask me. Fuck. I'm sorry. I've been cursing a lot more lately. I think I'm making up for 30 years of like not cursing. So or not using the F word. It's terrible. I use the other words, but not. Anyway, but yeah, if you have any questions about my life here, just let me know. Shoot me a message. Um, PM me, DM me, bruh, on the Twitters. No, but yeah, otherwise, like, I'm gonna continue to make these videos as long as the freaking audio doesn't desync. I might have to switch my filming rig. I don't know, equipment. It's just a Logitech webcam and my microphone. But it was really weird that like the whole thing desynced. I was really upset about that. So yeah. Anyway, since this is going way too long and I'm gonna have trouble ending it anyway, thanks for watching. I really appreciate it, and hope you guys are getting out there and doing your best as well. And yeah, get out it, man. That's freaking dumb. That was the stupidest ending I could have. I don't